Alright. Now, having acquired coffee, it looks like they're still ghosts. And we have no more inserters. Ever seen a Penn and Teller skit where they did upside down? No, I think I don't recall seeing it. Yeah, Australia Man powers. Not to be confused with Florida Man. The reason they're not getting them is probably because the inserter's set to the wrong ingredients. That's a lot of explosives right there. Doing the important stuff. Parts, steel, plate, and gear wheel. Bogan, maybe not Bogan Man powers. Powers. We need... what was it? No. Your inserter parts. Inserter parts. This one is a steel gear wheel. Mini circuits, advanced circuits. And... I've already forgotten what the other thing was. I think it was a plate. Yeah, it was a steel plate. Gee, that's... Geez, they look really young in that. Isn't Penn Gillette like 80 or 90 years old now? Kids pinged off so can up the stream quality. Nice. End of day. You're not receiving steel gear wheels, eh? Much the same. No more blurry. Eh? Let me in, let me in, let me in! I mean, it's not like I need to be any closer or anything. Yeah, that'll give me a few inserters to jumpstart this, this steel again. I mean, I could just leave it go, and it'll probably fix itself eventually, but we need to motivate it somehow. We need to persuade it into coming to life. Have we persuaded it enough yet? It's probably not going to run very much. New output 5 to 10. Yeah, so this one's going to have a lot of downtime. It's not the end of the world. They're both the same craft time, aren't they? 16, 16, yeah. So it's, these are only up 50%. Two to 1 for plate steel furnace. It's basically 2 to 1. I mean, we're not quite pulling our all-time high of something like 1.7. 1.7 is terrible. It's got to be in my best interest to upgrade these, however, in the long term. Alright. Ah, that's so dark. I think more than anything else I need circuits to get more of this done. To get the modules in. That's all it needs. So how can we boost circuits? Plastic. Plastic is being problematic. Again. It's all getting eaten up into low density. And it could benefit from moving plastic, mind you. Because this oil base is basically redundant now. Running low on gas? Probably running low, yeah, running low on gas. All it can. Don't really need those. Low on gas, more baked beans, sure. Just set that to always run. Oh, some bonus inserters. That's what you always wanted, a little few bonus inserters. There we go. Right, there's a point where plastic gets stolen away. Let's try that. It's going to take a hell of a long time for the plastic to come down here. There it is. Yep, still moving. In the Discord, let me know how, for everyone using the Prime Music, let me know how it's going. Oh, let me know how it was overall. How about that? That works. So to sign back in again, went AFK. Okay. I need to make a note. I need to make a note of these things. That way, when the account manager asks, I can rattle off a whole list of problems. And then it might actually get fixed. Because if I complain, there's a good chance they probably will try and fix it. It's out of gas again. I can't really speed it. in. Could do that. Just a tiny boost. The problem with beacons is I don't have the beacons to actually do the beaconing. It's one of those... It's kind of a circular situation. Like, I can't beacon it because I don't have the modules and beacons to do it because I don't have the plastic. But I can't make more plastic because I don't have the beacons and modules to do it. What a place to be. And it is going. I could productivity it if anything. I'm occasionally seeing modules fly over. Fast speed of 1.85. And now you're 1.2. Okay, you're still 1.2, so you're still gaining with that. I should have double checked the speed. I was pretty sure it was going to go below craft speed of 1. 2 prod mods. Perhaps cracking? Probably going to need cracking now. Although it seems to be keeping up. No, it's fine for cracking. At least at this point. Yeah, see this thing's turning off, which means there's not enough to maintain it. Yeah, the trouble is most of the build isn't... Oh, yeah, I could actually use these beacons because they're not doing anything. They're not accomplishing anything. I feel like there needs to be a radar here too. That would have been the radar I tore up there. Need to come up with a full-on plan to really sort this out. I think the answer is to actually move the plastic up to here. Finally. Maybe drink coffee instead. That works too. Initial gas down. I could run gas down, yeah. Which I shall deal with it. Oh, definitely. Is there any other... I don't think there really is any alternative for plastic. I mean, not burning it's also a good idea. I don't even really need the biomethanol burning. Which would save on gas as well. That one's already backed up. Oh, you're starting to really break through there. Short term, it might be a solution to pipe the gas from here down. Maybe even deconstruct the refineries and pipe the gas over. Because I don't have the materials to properly switch over, unfortunately. Because this is something this is something that's always a trap when you want to expand. Is you say, okay, I need more, so I go and build more. The new one can't work because it doesn't have the you don't have the materials to even do more, because we need to do a bigger build. We need the circuits. We don't have the circuits because we need plastic. So we need to escape that situation, and this will be the way to escape it. And then switch it over piece by piece. So we'll have this gas complementing down here, and then we can probably get rid of these refineries and have everything here just running off gas. So probably don't need the solid fuel that much anymore. And I think it's actually... yeah, it's pushing into the network there. This solid fuel, I mean, it goes into this smelting, but we can work around that. We can make nuclear power it. What does rocket fuel run off? Rocket fuel runs off its own thing, effectively. It does its own thing, so that's alright. The biomethanol also does its own thing. So we don't really need the lighter wheel by the looks of it. By the looks. I could be wrong. I'm not 100% expert on all of the recipes. What I do know is that this is basically the module grind phase of a mega base. And the trick to get out of it is to is to not make a build that's dependent, that's going to drain what you want even more. In your design for steel smelter, some modules left. It is waiting on modules to be delivered. Yeah. That was a thing. I'm not entirely sure what key combination I pressed to make that happen. But sure. Somehow I managed to pull up a blueprint and drop it on the floor. I think I managed to take a... there we go. Managed to take a blueprint from the copy paste and turn it into an item. Normally you do that by hitting shift. Control C shift and then create blueprint. It wouldn't surprise me if there was a hotkey, I just don't know what it is for creating a blueprint from a copy. Unless there were actual modules missing from the steel smelter. Like I actually left stuff out. Which I didn't think I did. Yeah, it's all waiting on speed modules, which is waiting on circuits, which is bottlenecked by plastic. Which is the ultimate problem. There we go. Shift while copy? Yeah. That's shift. It turns the box cyan. Well, that's really pumped these up. The fact that it's not really moving... oh, look who's backed up. Look who's backed up. Look who's backed up as well. Starting to see a handful of modules. Steal that now. At 1.4. Yeah, 1.3-ish, 1.4-ish. We're About 1.7-ish is sort of the peak. Okay, so we're at least matching what it was doing. Feed that plastic into a box to collecting when things are quiet. I don't like doing that because it tends to mask shortages, if you have any. Like it hides problems in the supply chain. It's actually, when I was starting out, it's something I used to do a lot because intuitively it makes sense, but it's actually it makes life harder. Because you either have a material or you don't. It's boxes as balances. Yeah, I do that in that actually doesn't need, yeah. In what's it? In Factorio Extended, I was doing that quite extensively. I was using them as lane balances. Admittedly, I never used warehouses, which I could have. Would have been better. Alright, what do you need to go even faster? Other than maybe modules. It all seems to be going. Warehouse when you say box. Yeah, it's fully supplied. How's wood looking now? Very backed up. That's how it's looking. That's what I like to see. Where did batteries go? Go into there. It's just all the endgame materials are a bit of a problem at the minute. Oh. Oh. The big camera. If you could track how much is stored in a box. Interestingly, you can. Downside is that you need circuit network to do it, and a whole lot of circuitry behind it. Which is a bit of a pain. Oh, yeah, I've launched a rocket. Just starved of fuel though. Admittedly, I can probably shut this off. I mean, I don't really need 1,000. I did actually have one of these that was circuit connected at one point. It had a constant combinator that you could connect to it. That was connected to it and you could tell how many it needed. It's not that practical compared to the production tracker. Yeah. The circuit network for that, like, you can do a lot of things with it and do some cool things, but it's not really that convenient. Like, you'd have to set up a lot of stuff. Pretty sure something's missing from this too. I'm not sure if these are meant to go into that. One, two, 3, 4, 5. So you know what? This will be set for speed. This will be set for speed modules. Let's have a look. Because these are 15. These are oh no, they're 15 as well. Just needs 5 of them. You're 15 as well. When did that happen? When did that craft time get dropped from like 60 seconds? Admittedly, 60 is a bit ridiculous. But what it'll be is... like these will both need to be 4 modules into 2. And then these will be none. To keep this going constantly. Or if not very close to. Demands for more conditional product and automation analysis. If you go megabase, then UPS, that would be... yeah. Two. 3. Should hit the 4th by the time... yeah, 4th rise as it finishes, then the 5th. It'll always... because it needs 5, it'll always be off slightly. Need 5 speed, 2 and 25 speed. Yeah, you need... it stacks in 5 every time. Yeah, so there's like 1 module worth of downtime on that. And there should be... a half a time on this one. If I do 4, 4, 2... so 4 on the lowest, then 2 on the intermediate. I should really just let it do its thing. What about... I mean, it's churning out a lot of bluebell right now. The gears, which is waiting on more... the conclusion is I need more. More smelting. How can I easily add more? Really need like a processing facility. Like I need one of these. I should actually do that for iron. I wonder what a full beaconed thing does. It's a thought. So one of these. Fighting for more space and leaving... I think that'd be the way to... well, I do need to push out anyway. So 1 belt's worth. Why can't I click things? There we go. Was it 12? Number of beacon affecting 1 factory. Beacon... I legitimately don't understand how these work. How this whole thing works. What's constant beacon? What's this say? Oh, that's complicated. Recipe... production line? Must be editor... just modules. Doesn't really help me. Okay, number of beacons effective 1 factory, 1. I don't know why it's 0.5. Should it be 4? In theory it should say 12. And it's gone down to 6. Not documented? You know what, I'm kind of inclined to go back to factory floor. Alternatively, I can just come down here and just do one and see what happens. Like, that would work too. I just literally place one of these down. That. Hilariously, the dirty water doesn't care what material comes out of it. Like, there's only one type of dirty water, so you can actually extract copper from iron dirty water. It's kind of funny, but it's a thing. Bam. The question is, how many of these are actually going to get modules? I can't conceivably see him giving all of them modules. I've actually managed to accumulate 50 of those. I'm actually also wondering if it's worth getting a list of songs which don't work on the Prime Music player. I don't know how inconvenient that is to make a list. Might just be easier for me to just complain and say, "Oi, yo, what's up with this?" I'm tempted just to yoink these. But I get like 9 out of it. Remember once upon a time when yeet meant yoink? Pepperidge Farm remembers. There, you can go in there. Fallen down. Right, where's my clumps of iron? There. 1.1k a minute. One of the really cool things about Factory Floor was you could actually select the factory. I don't know if you can do it with this. I should really smelt that as well. Actually, oh, it goes into concrete, right. So what's your cross speed? 6.55. And it is actually 3 modules. 6.5. Okay, so it is actually set right, apparently. We actually need 6 of them to fill a thingy belt. So I need 4 of them to fill a green belt. Like this. Good to know. So, yeah, 4. 4, 1, 2... Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. So... 16. 16 of these to do all iron production. Things we do to make enriched iron around here. There we go. I was like, why isn't it going? That's why. Same story there. Yeah, now it's reaching the end. This one is 5 for 5 in 16. Now the other one last thing I'm wondering. Thing I'm wondering. No. Steel there. Goes in there. In there, in there. Outputs there. This does that. Actually, it can go like that. And that would solve the... That would get double the uptime. Damn it! We have a coffee accident. Oh dear. Trying to drink coffee too fast. Splash. This is how keyboards get damaged. Not the coffee. Indeed. Alternatively, more fastering, that would be just as good. Oh, you're a compressed belt. Backed up. That... More or less backed. Should see too what's going on with the rocket fuel, if anything. Might just let the base produce modules for now. Just work on things now. Is this what the bottleneck has always been? Be slightly disappointed if that is the case. Ingredient shortage, mostly... Wait, what's... Item ingredient shortage. These belts here You're nominally missing ammonia. Yep. 2 more. And another one. I was just looking for machines which don't have iron plate in their inventory. There's that lack of... Oh, you know why it's missing ammonia? It's because I took away all that. That would do it. It's because I picked it up and put it over here. To make more over here. Which I don't think I ever really used. There we go. Looking. It's run out of tritium. Is that everything you needed? Oh, and lithium. I did the 3 things. Which I never built. It's human? Yeah! Nominally, but not always. Yeah. Muted myself now. Sure. It looks like it's fine. Nope, never mind. Ah, good. It doesn't help that I changed all these buttons around so everything's not where it should be. Now. Might as well reinstate these. Do I want to? Fixing rocket fuel, don't get distracted. Not seeing on camera. It's a recent change. Alright, that's fixed the nitrogen situation over here. Oh yeah, we have beaconed rocket fuel over here. So it's doing its thing. That's right, this one isn't actually necessary. Let's get rid of it. Because we are trying to get rid of this base. Good to finally see you. Now you can see what I look like. Yeah. Yeah, we had the camera for a week now. It's actually nice to be on more too. Again. It's actually nice to see the sub point count higher than it has been in the last few months. Really matter? My productivity? It probably doesn't. I mean, free products are free and all, but this is mostly free stuff anyway. I have a feeling it doesn't actually matter. Like, iron is cheap, ammonia is basically free. A little light on the old hydrogen though. I have a flare for hydrogen. Ammonia only costs power, yeah. As I say, it's basically free. Yeah. Press anything. Yeah, so if this thing gets really full, then it'll do the thing. I mean, technically everything in the game is free. Just depends how you look at it. Could use a lane balancer. Think? He thinks? Yeah, because it's single laning. Boop boop. Like that. I really wanted to. Got to straighten it out like that. Hey, username. What's the current goal of this stream today? More fastering in general. Just a general bit of more fastering. We're working on more fastering steel, which it seems to have completed. Now we just need more modules, which we have the circuits for. I could put another one of those down, arguably. Whether or not it achieves anything remains to be seen, but it's worth a shot. Ah, thought I was going to walk into that. Oh, it's backed up on light oil. It's probably because it can't output. Bots can have that for now. Yeah, what could possibly go wrong with having two of these? It's not like there is some gargantuanly monstrous drain on circuits, or anything like that. For anyone who has Twitch Prime as well, there is a playlist running that you can look at somewhere. A Prime music thing will pop up. It's a Prime music pop up. If you're willing to sign into Prime and go through all the hoops that it makes you jump through, there is music there. Integrate into the stream player. We're giving it a 1 month trial because I signed up for the Twitch Prime 1 month trial, so we're going to give it a trial. It's a feature that's been around, but not many people use it, and given what we've seen so far, I can see why. Right, that's making things and stuff. Should see about making a community playlist as well. It's looking good, even if not really productivity-ed. This one could benefit definitely from productivity. Actually need blue as... what is it? Oh no, it's... It's actually unusual to see blue. Oh, hello, Rocket. Unusual to see blue anything, because I sort of skipped blue belt. No question, though. How many of these do we have? This is where basically all the steel went. There it is. This stuff's expensive. Pack a little bit more into it. Base will probably benefit from just a general upgrade anyway. Rate of speeds. Here and there, probably not everywhere though. But that's probably not going to benefit from it. Same with this one, which is barely moving at red. But these circuit ones should certainly help. Pump that up a little bit. There. Are you all going? Relatively. It's these ones, the level 1 ones that I really worry about. "87 speed ones." How many are they trying to make? 1k. Oh, let's not wait around on modules. I just let it run its thing. I might head out here, push out the wall out to there. We can claim that rare metals. And generally expand. Because we're going to need more... Like, if we want to expand, we're going to need... Like, if we want to go mega base, we're going to need to expand. Nothing surer. How are we looking? We got shields, at least. Try emptying some of this garbage out. I think I need those anymore. I don't think I need... do I need 50 railgun? I think I do somehow. Need that. Wall, yep. Thing I scooped up. You're back? Welcome back. I'm just cleaning out the inventory a little bit. Just because we want to go on a bit of a biter adventure. Alright. Work priorities. It's kind of important, isn't it? Unfortunate but true. It's work has priorities. Good front. Hello. Upgrading belts apparently now. I should send those to auto trash. Starlink 7 delayed to rough seas in the plan. But, that's a bit unfortunate. It's an interesting time where rocket launches are delayed due to rough seas because of the drone platform being... Really fix that. But ideally I would cut off, push the wall out to there, there, and down there, so this is all redundant. do something like that. The biter shouldn't wander in. This behemoth biter is not very friendly. It's not very nice. How much complexity does Krastorio add? Is it like Bob's Angel? It's it's probably like it's simpler than Bob's Angels, but it does still add a bit. Probably about half, maybe halfway, a third of the way. It adds enough without just going stupid, I would say. But I think Bob's Angels is silly. It just goes overboard with adding stuff. And it isn't a grind fest like both of them. And this has these railgun turrets, which are amazing. Maybe I should add some laser turrets to the fray. There's a lot of biter bases out here. That's not very nice. I mean, they're obliterating everything nicely. Did you hear something? Three of these. Three of these and no worries, mate. Couple of days and everything will be dead. Oh, that's not very nice. Any reason for not using nukes? They're a little pathetic. Weren't they? Oh no, that was the rocket turret nukes. They're a pain in the ass to make. Heavy rockets are pretty good. Alright, we can go and make them. Admittedly, I was expecting this to be a bit more of a pushover than what it is. I'm kind of inclining towards wanting artillery now. Heavy rocket for biter clearing? Alright. I mean, that's small progress, but not a great amount of progress, so let's do heavy rockets. PLDs, yeah. How many PLDs? Oh no, they're not actually equipped, that's why. I need the final tier. Energy control. Alright, I need to actually think about doing these energy units. That's not impossible. How about we make all that stuff then? So that's not outputting. Oh, I see. You don't have those. Because this thing's short again. Short on glass this time. All that fuel's run out. Yeah, this is running the Krastorio 2 total conversion mod. Thought I took... Oh, there's two of them. Yeah. That's why. Who'd have thought you take away the fuel and suddenly all this stuff stops working? Who'd have thought? No idea what Krastorio does? Oh, it changes everything. It adds a whole new tech tree. It adds a whole bunch of new items. How do you stop them from respawning? Oh, the biters. Yeah, they send out little expansion squads that there was actually one there. That send out and spawn a new base. Yeah. The best way to stop them coming back is to have something that you control that that stops them from expanding. So the biters won't expand near anything that you own. So if you have a lot of factory, they won't want to set up a base near it. Complete overhaul? Yeah, basically a complete overhaul like Bob's or Angels, only not as ridiculous like Bob's or Angels or Bob Angels. It doesn't go nearly as deep as either of those mods go. So yeah, a lot of these here are actually expansion bases. And the way I'm keeping them out is by setting up a wall at various strategic choke points to stop them pushing in. It stops the attacks, but also stops them expanding back in. And this is my general strategy for dealing with them. The other way you can deal with them is when you start a new game, there is the default world, Rail World, which doesn't have expansion enabled. When you kill a base, that's it. But it is a biter setting as well, an enemy setting in the world generation, so you can take a normal one. If you don't want to do Rail World, you can just do a normal one and just turn it off that way. So yeah, they're attacking there and getting destroyed there. Think if you can push west, the choke points by the Lakes of Gold, and yeah, that's exactly what I want. I want that one there because I need the rare metals. I want to chop off that there, and I want to chop off down here, possibly further down. Really destroying laser turrets, but I don't want to have them turned off. Best way for endgame walls, you want a mixture of laser turrets and flamethrower turrets. That's the best way to deal with them. Just get a bit of AoE and ongoing fire damage with the lasers. In Krastorio, most of my damage is coming from these railgun turrets, which are really just obliterating everything. The laser turrets hardly do anything. More, or just more lasers, that works too. Let's pick up some railgun shells along the way, apparently. Ew. That. Right, let's see what happens. How much of this I can build. I don't even know how long it needs to be. I have a feeling that's actually a little bit too much. bring it back down a little bit. Saw railgun in the tech tree. Yeah, that's in, this is Krastorio specific stuff, the railguns and such. Just in case you're trying to look, just in case anyone's looking for it in vanilla. Might have a hard time finding it. Let's switch back to bots. I might do loaders on this end. I don't know how successful it'll be, but I'm gonna try it. I have a feeling... No, I can't do that. It needs a little bit more space than what I can offer. Like you would like Terraria in a way. I have tried it, but I didn't get very far into it. I only played like a few minutes of it. What does Steam say? It says 79 minutes. Last played October 2018. That's how long it's been since I last touched Terraria. Really? Have I really had it since 2018? Once you get into the game, it really opens up. Oh yeah, the big Terraria update dropped recently, just a few days ago. I think I need to learn the game. I mean, as obvious as it sounds. I want to double up on the inserters so I can have them insert on both lanes. So I can go Shift L L L L. Mess around with using the enriched iron and copper a little bit, yeah. Mostly the copper so far, so all the copper's running off that. I haven't done it with iron yet, and I do kind of need to. It does save on a lot of resources. Okay, so... Can I make each one of these like this here? Does it actually copy the settings? Yes, it does. It helps if I can actually press the right buttons. Yeah, so now I can place on both sides of it. This is as good as a loader can get. And then... And then... and paste and double it up. Just need an underground there where the substation is. And an underground there where the substation also is. And we're good to go. Like that. Amazings. And I have no idea what that was. either way. This was glass, wasn't it? Glass. Suppose all of these will be basically the same. I have a distinct lack of belt right here. Okay, it's not wonky at all. Yeah, the one free build. Don't make me use purple, damn it. Or, is it a steel problem again? It's just supply now. It's actually the belt, of all things. Like, this could be more faster and or doubled. There. I'll make sure it output priorities that. But then we'll help things along. What's he doing for 2.4? The new record. It's a miracle. I'm gonna turn that off. Okay. Can I somehow manage to wrangle some red belts? It looks like I can. Assuming that is actually glass, isn't it? Yeah, that's glass. That is glass. Yeah, merge them together, make one mighty powerful build. That still can't get to the end, well, just barely. It really needs a good more fastering. I think people always underestimate. Oh yeah, you need, if you want to do belt bases, you need a lot of belt. Is there a point where we play through around sitting around waiting for builds? Yeah, right now mine is a steel shortage. It's waiting on gears. Looks like it might be a speed module these, but it's kind of pointless. It's consistently making those. That one's consistently working. Oh, it's waiting on blues again. This is my, if everyone hasn't seen this before, this is my Make Everything Bot Factory. It's basically tell it what you want to make, and it will automatically make everything it needs to make it. So I'm telling it to make a bunch of green belts. It will automatically craft every intermediate down the chain. That's why you can see it keeps turning off and on the yellow belt, and the red belt, and the blue belt. So you tell it to make that, and it just automatically, as it needs to, makes these. So cool. I don't know, that just pleases me to no end for some reason. But also, and when it finishes making something, it returns leftover items to the network. If you're curious, exclamation mark blueprints will take you to a paste bin full of blueprints that are various blueprints that I made, and it's a bit of a pain to navigate through. But that paste bin has outlasted several blueprint sites, which is why I use it. Yeah, wrong button. Say... Have a good end of stream for home. Alright, catch you later. Sure if I'm back on. What's the time? 52. We've got about another 40 minutes. Trying to round off into two-hour recordings this time. Whatever that equates to. It's normally meant to be a 4-hour stream. Luckily, I won't be home in time. Usually 35 minutes. I might at the worst case, catch the very end. By the sound of 1, 2. Almost needs another build. Oh no, it's emptying. Emptying them all out. It's like 4 and a bit to a green belt. Right, heavy rockets. Let's repurpose this crap. Seeing as though that was a total failure. Oh, pointy, please, bots. Thank you. That was hurdy. Heavy rockets, just need stuff. Right, heavy rockets, and then atomic bombs. Because we don't do things by half measures. So still... I've actually got most of the items needed for it. Rocket fuel... Explosives. Doesn't need control units. 10 explosive, 10 rocket fuel. 5 steel plates, 5 plastic and a processing unit. So 5 plastic and 1 super processing unit. Right about there. And you need explosives, control unit, uranium, and heavy rocket. 10 explosives. 10 splody explodes. A heavy rocket. 10 control units, 20, 235. 10 and 20. 10 and 20. 4 total. 4 total. 4. Heavy rocket. Atomic boom. I wonder if I still have some of the rocket turret atomic bombs. As pathetic as they were. They barely qualify as atomic bombs. They're like atomic sneezes. Was Factorio? It added lights to every building to give them a bit of a glow, but it was problematic. So that's for 200 heavy rockets and 200 atomic... okay, maybe 100 atomic bombs. Let's not go silly. Ancient Winter, how you doing? Hey, you got a gifted sub, nice. Yeah, there was quite a few gifted subs that went down last night on when we were doing Stardew. Is that 10 or something? There was a few. Got the sub point count up. I was saying it before, it's nice to see it up a bit. It's finally cam, yes. We've had the cam for a week now. Yeah, my hand. Alright, let's get some of them. And for good measure, bring a few of them. Hey, atomic bombs. Yeah. What do you consider to be a next-gen featuring gaming? Oh, I don't know. Next thing... I mean, given the Unreal Engine demo, it's actually quite interesting where they're going. I'm pretty sure that demo, they were using... The big deal with the Unreal demo is that they say they're putting in cinema stuff, and that's because I'm pretty sure Unreal 5 was what they were actually using for cinematography. That's why it has it. Water simulation has a lot to show for itself. I think the big one has still been lighting, realistic lighting, and shadows and things. It's always very blown out. Like, areas that are shaded are always really dark. Played Brawl Stars? No, I haven't. Starting to see good stuff. Is that one of those arcadey type co-op game, party games? Yeah, sound are way better on consoles. That's actually another area that has always fallen short is sound design. Sound design's always been very lacking. It's very rare to come across a game with really good sound, but that's as much the game engine's sound mixing as it is the actual sound design and production. Like, there's a lot of atmospheric and just little subtle sounds that a lot of games just don't do. Necrodancer, yeah, Necrodancer. Never got into it though. Or never got into Darkest Dungeon either. It's another one of those type games. So those are maxed. I mean, the productivity is debatable there, but we'll do it anyway. Enough to evaluate sound? Oh no, not as such. Probably the last game that I've seen that really had impressive sound to me was the Batman Arkham games. They were really good for sound design. Like, there was a lot... You don't notice them until it's in a game, I find. And there's a lot of... like the character moving, footsteps, that sort of thing. Very, very well done. Oh, look who's grown back. That's actually an expansion base right there. If you ever wondered how Binder expansion works, there you go. So a collection of binders comes along, and each one of these binders then turns into either a worm or a spawner. If it's a binder, it'll turn into a binder spawner. If it's a spitter, it'll turn into a spitter spawner. I don't know what the rules are for the worms. Actually, the rules might have changed a little bit since. But it goes on slowly over time. Very slowly. Very, very slowly. I love how the creep just has random biters sort of half absorbed into it. I'm not entirely sure what that is, like a big tendril. Question is it larvae of more biters, or is it the creep slowly consuming biters? Yeah. See, the biters don't even care. They're too busy squeezing out a spawner. They're very focused on making more buildings. Oh, you jerk. Oh, speaking of, look at that. Another one there. So what's actually... Oh, I need a heavy rocket launcher, don't I? I forgot about that part. That's kind of important, isn't it? I have seen enough of Crypto Necrodancer to know that its sound design is good, because it is basically dependent on that sound design to do its thing. It's a bit gimmicky though. Wasn't that a tiny build game, or was that a clay game? I don't remember now. is. I think that's enough nukes. Just putting it out there. Never enough nukes. I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah, not enough nukes is, yeah, wrong. Is that thing crafted yet? No. No power up audio worked on it. What is power up audio? When you're ready, in your own time, game. Thinking about if the PS3 and PS4 had better audio mixing. Oh. I think the buyers are angry. Just putting it out there. The buyers might be a little bit upset about this nuclear situation. This nuclear annihilation dealio. Just the cooldown on the weapon's pretty slow. That problem with PS3 era was that a lot of the engines just didn't have good mixing at the time. All the engines just were pretty rough. With audio. All that. Oh, that was close. That was very close. I walked straight into that. So many destroyed trees. So many liberated trees. It's the best way to chop trees. I'm pretty sure this blast radius is actually bigger than normal. Also living on the edge. Right. Make a proper blueprint of this. Things was PS3 since cell processor was so underutilized. Once implant. Yeah, it was for most of its life. From what I understand, it did get pretty well utilized towards end of life. But like the cell processor, as I understand it, it was on paper it was very capable. In practice, you could never really make much use of it, just because of the way it worked. No. We're gonna supply this place as well. This wall. Gonna run a track up here. It also had to share with, like the cell had to do, it was doing, oh. Yeah, just shoot all the things. Whatever works. Actually also on the wrong side of this Emersite patch. That's just a minor detail. So I'm living on the edge, just so close to these blasts. Can I mark these for deconstruction by the bots? That would be nice. What did I collect? The creep from the underneath the spider spawners. You need it for the military science, although at this point I don't actually need it anymore. Arguably, I could probably just do the apocalypse thing that destroys it all. Radar is a really good idea. That way I know I've gotten rid of everything. Go back to early. Yeah. At least it's not the actual goop. Oh, hello you. Trying to make more spawners, eh? Caught them in the act. Hey, this is a lot more efficient. I mean, it's not as fun as using railguns, but it is efficient. Which is convenient. The power sensitive for gaming and players will shift between tasks. I mean, yeah, look, most games are very single-threaded, particularly back then. It's better now. Is there a way to ranch spiders? I mean, you do get the thing to which you put petroleum gas and oxygen in, and it gives you goop. About as close to ranching as you get. Kaboom! There's also the thing, the capsule. Yeah, I can throw that to just obliterate what bars on the map. Then there's this one which gets rid of all the creep. As I said, I don't need it. Yeah, let's grab that. One thing I like to do when doing these expansions is run power along the coast to the next sort of choke point. And you run them along both coasts, that way you have a redundant power connection. Case in point would be over here. See, it's run up there, and then down around, and follows around. Lots of big power connections. Problem was this whole process couldn't store enough instructions in cache. So I was waiting for instruction decoding. It's another problem entirely. It's been a while since I read about the cell processor. What I remember of it though was that from the description was that it, on paper, could do a lot of things. In practice, wasn't that amazing. Because it had so many limitations. Now. And this is still a fairly substantial opening. How much of this wall am I going to blow up? Just a little bit. Oops. Apparently I still have enough wall to do this. No biters, bad biters. Need to be dead. Be very dead. There we go. There's one way to get rid of a forest. I don't even have railgun shells. Oh, not the substation. Anything but the substation. And we'll just build more. I don't ever run out of wall. Praise the substation. Praise it indeed. The amount of space it explores in no time. Scan rate of the radar in this is ridiculous as well. It's been jacked up so high. Because you move so fast, the prediction thing goes crazy with the worms, so it just shoots in all random directions, or what seems like all random directions. I mean, they're technically valid. It's just that it's so far ahead of where you are. It just looks crazy. Let's curb stomp some biters on the way back. Refill, rearm, and do some more damage. I'm trying to think, one of the PS3 type games, or PS3 era games, Dishonored, for being a stealth game, its sound wasn't like like it wasn't amazing. It was good. Yeah, it was good, but it wasn't amazing given it was a stealth game, which really depends heavily on sound design. I haven't quite killed you yet. There you go. Now you're dead. Oh, hello. Look at that. There's a little doodad there. Wonder if I could probably stretch it across there. No biters, bad biters. Stray biters can turn into nests as well. So when you just murder everyone because you can raid around for your turn, that too. Although I didn't have too much trouble. It's because you could usually exploit the time between them having line of sight and them actually seeing you to great effect. I still gotta finish Death of the Outsider actually. Should play it again. The original. This one was a multiplayer title? No, not that I'm aware of, at least. Kramer's teleporting directly in front of them and kids killing them with a knife. You love the high chaos endings. I think I did the first time I played through, I did the low chaos ending purely by accident. First one. 1 10-second window to just click before they're aware. It's just sword fights. As long as don't, from what I remember, it's because it's been a while. As long as you don't get into a sword fight, you're pretty safe. What was down here? I mean, this little bit here has certainly changed my plans. So many biter paces in there. Maybe I should actually be crafting these. Probably be a good idea. Gunshots when you're killed, you can't dodge them. Even with the time slowdown? So I remember there was one where a guy makes you deliver the thing. He gives you the note to the dude and then he puts you into the duel. I remember I beat that by doing the time slowdown. Alrighty. I'm not actually sure how many exclusive PS3 things there were. Let's gank all these up. Repurpose these. Grab a few shells while we're at it. Fable or any other 3D fantasy game. Anything, or anything Japanese, really. You quicken it too. Oh, look at that. Yeah, there might be something good there. Wasn't Bayonetta? No, that was Sega. I thought of Bayonetta because I got that recently. That's a weird game. That is a strange one. The presentation it makes is unique, shall we say. The package it presents is very unique. That's a lot of area. Time to sleep. Pleasant departing of day, everyone. So I catch you later, Boro. Have a good rest. Bad trees. Might list that. Oop. Get some basic defenses going at least. Yes. I'm liking the way that's looking. I mean, technically I could push it like to there, and then to there, and then to there by the looks of it. Would actually make it a much more appealing combination. Wii U exclusives? Bayonetta 2. That's an odd combination for a Sega game. Yeah, Bayonetta was PS4 exclusive, I think, originally. I don't remember it being a PC game originally. Hello. Spiders? Mind getting dead, please. Please and thank you, that would be nice. Can't touch this. Alright, we can stretch it down there. Can't touch this and all that. Unless there's a better option available for defences. I don't know. Could do there. I mean, it gets me more rare metals, which would be nice. Just a lot to do in what is essentially 10 minutes left worth of time. Could push it a little bit. I mean, we did go overtime a little bit, so we could afford to go overtime again on the recording. No biters, bad biters. Bad nuke. It's down right about there. Somewhere? There. At some point I need to bring, as I say, I need to bring the train down here. Beta list PS3 games, Blu-rays. I think it'll be more than that, if anything. Yeah, we're not doing that. We'd only know what I was referring to if you had the Amazon Music thing going. Alright. That is a very nice expansion going on. It's starting to get a bit significant out here. Like, look at that, there's a chonker of a base. Now. Oh, hi, biters. How you doing? Nice of you to show up. Please disperse. I'll have to railgun you. You'd hate to be railgunned, wouldn't you now? That's actually a bit crap. Sparky Dave, how you doing? I'm out of laser turrets again. Let me go back and getting more. See when they mailed TVTs. Does anyone remember the Netflix disc? I don't know if that was really a thing. I don't really remember if that was a thing here. Oh no, Netflix only came here like 5 years ago, something like that. When the Optus network broke. It's like the instant that turned on, suddenly the Optus network died. Right, another one of these. Substations as well. I'm out of everything. Can't have that. Yeah, I ain't doing all that crafting. Right, I'll start off with the walls to at least keep the biters somewhat slow. Increase the requests, might have to. Might just have to. It looks like there's a thin choke point down there. Which is nice. Need to do a quick pass, sweep all these biters. Make sure they're extra dead, extra crispy. Extra crispy, extra dead. Oh, that was a close one. Please, get out of there. Now sweep across there, back to base, and continue pushing. Oh, that was already dead. Eh. If only I had an automatic supply train that could bring like laser turrets and the ammo and all that. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it now? That would be a novel idea. If only I had such a thing that could do such a thing. Trees. Out of here. Get bloated up. Oh good, wasn't anything new. Almost decommissioned this whole lot of defences. Which I might just do. First things first. Where's my request? There it is. Bump that up. Yosma. Yosem? How you doing? I should actually have Chatty open. But I don't. I always forget. And then I would actually be able to read it without going, ugh. How you doing? Fine. Allegedly fine day. Don't forget you need walls. I shouldn't have a problem with walls. I'm requesting quite a lot of those. I'd be surprised if I had a problem with walls, because I haven't had a problem with them yet. Ding. Yeah. Kills him. There we go. Finally read it. There it is. Oh. That's... Oops. Oops. I could just push that up there. Huh. It isn't even connected there. I could have just cut off there. That's pretty funny. I can use this whole area for going bigger as well. Going a bit... building, you know, off-site stuff. There's not much in the way of resources though. A bit underwhelming. So that actually thins down by quite a lot. I don't know how much more will get done though. I do need to wind things up soon. It's getting late. And what are we at? Might round off at 5 hours. Ooh. It's a close one again. Leave it on the edge. Just edging the ring, outer ring of the explosion. I only have 2 shields in. They're not going to protect much against nuclear blast, atomic blast. Adrian, throw on that host. Hey AK, how you doing? Hi, good morning. Take it you just got out of bed? Phew. And Dune, coming on in. How you doing, Dune? Bringing on the burgers. Hey, left. How you doing, Dune? How'd your stream go? Why is that going all quiet like? Oh, that's why. Favourite way of killing biters in K2? I was actually going to do it with railgun turrets, and then I was encouraged to use nukes instead. Should really try this mod? You really should try this mod. This is a really good mod. Just a very well-rounded, very approachable mod. No connection there. Yeah, I've got everything done now, except for the Singularity tech card. I am doing C-block. Yeah, I've got everything done. Just, I kind of want to scale everything up now. Hello, biter. Where are you going? Get dead. 1 nuke for 1 biter. Overkill much? Working on alien loot economy. Yeah. I've seen some earlier variations of that, but I haven't looked at it recently. Yeah, I'm stuck on a tree. That's never good. Looks like here's where it's at. About here. Fortunately, I didn't bring power around. But bots, damn it. Let me in. Modules in it pretty OP. Every mod does OP modules. What is it with that? Oh, I didn't have substations again. That's inconvenient. I think I know what's wrong with substations. Probably could have actually just gone straight. No, biters. Bad. No. My laser turrets. Cannot shoot. I'm gonna have to go back and get some, make sure I get some substations this time. Eh. God dang it. Stupid trees. Oh, that's not a good sound. Growing trees, you like them for walls? I don't go out of my way to grow trees. Yeah, that'll at least keep them at bay for now. I have this thing about trees, so it's... I kind of want to kill them all. But I am growing them in a greenhouse. They're a necessary evil, but they are necessary for progressing with circuits. Otherwise, they all go in the bin. Or blow them up. Otherwise, destroy them. Ugh. Factorio is the only time we're here reference that trees the enemy. Well, it's true of most games that, like, trees, they're their enemy in, like, The Witcher 3 and Skyrim. They will make your life hell. I leave my poles there. But I need substations anyway. Already read that. Four more, and this whole area is liberated. Can't spit there. Can't spit what you can't hit. Can't spit on what you can't hit, something like that. Not sure what's worse, the creep or the slowdown from creep, or the slowdown while you're on creep with the weapon cooldown. That's brutal. Basically can't move if you're standing on creep. Alright, that should be everything cleared out, hopefully. Unless something didn't move into there while we were doing it. 3 plus bit stacks. Oh, that's another bad one. Hey, Dad. You're back. You is indeed, yeah. We managed to clean out this whole area while you were gone. As it turns out, this wall's kind of pointless, because I could have just done that there. Got dinner cooking? Nice. But yeah, we can use this for more fastering things. Start doing some... Maybe... I don't normally do this, but maybe we'll do a train town type setup. I don't normally do it, but it might be amusing. I'll keep it on belts though. Like, I won't make it all bot based. Or at least nominally. Gonna run a train on this factory? Yeah, it sounds like a good idea. Also, hi Ica. Now, substations. Reason they're not crafting, because they got the wrong materials. So that you need 16, 8, and 5. It's wire, not plate. Beams as well, yeah. Girders, whatever you want to call it. Beams. 8. Been lurking, but had to make the comment. I was wondering. Bringing a lot of stuff in, I've gotta be honest. It's late, you got morning meetings. How do you survive? Like staying up so late and then getting up early. How do you survive without all that much sleep? Barely. That's what I would have thought. Yeah, because I deconstructed the substation build here. It was riding. We were riding on that other build. What the buffer from that other build the entire time. But however long that is, like 6 hours, something like that. A fair while. That streamer life, yeah. It's brutal. I'm actually thinking about doing Stardew after this at the normal Stardew time as well. I might not do that. I might do an ending one on Sunday. Back to lurk? Alright. Enjoy your lurk. Pull a few more in. Just in case. Hey, you like that. I did also change up the emotes a little bit there. I swapped out Derp because it wasn't really being used and I put in Boomerang instead. Let's go the long way first. I should actually grab a car, realistically. But oh well. Oh well. This is going to take like 15 minutes. trouble is, if I use a car, I'm going to find every tree along the way. More legs. 3. This thing's been on the same nuclear fuel for as long as I've put a fuel in, for as long as I've had this armor. Taking power with me? Oh yeah, you're right. Oh well. Oh well. I need to revisit this anyway. So I need to supply the wall. Probably safe for me to switch that too. Doesn't look like any biters have infected the... or re-expanded into there. That's the biggest problem when you're doing stuff like this, is the biters get behind. You have like 1 or 2 behind, and then they get called into an expansion group. And then they just break out again. They can expand surprisingly quickly. But that's easy. Question is, do I want to push this up? Kinda do. Buyers don't need land. No, they have so much land already. They don't need any more. There we go. It actually extends down there quite a bit. It's actually a big chunk of water too. Yeah, what I need to do next is bring railway track down. Or one of them. I did plan on that sneaking through there and then coming down. So sneak down there, maybe come down here and then split. Something like that. And I've got to get these out there. Oh, that's a problem. Why? I have no idea how that happens. How that happened. Because it shouldn't clear. There's only one train, so it shouldn't clear, like, close the station again while it's going to it. Unless the bots are doing something funny with the shells they're carrying. I might have to add, I think, I didn't want to do it. I was being a bit lazy, and I didn't do it. But it looks like I might have to add a latch to the request so that when it calls for it, it won't cancel it until the train arrives. Which is a good way to do it, like a safe way to do it to make sure that doesn't happen. There's the creepers or pollution? Yeah, it's pretty good, effective at it. There you can see, sucking it all up. Spider bases are good absorbers of pollution too. I keep collecting all this stuff and it's not really useful anymore from what I can tell. Because the military science isn't used anymore. Unless it's used for something else that I'm missing. Could probably just do the anti-creep nuke. Yeah, they're all fine again. You're missing this time. Rocket fuel. When you're running 600 megawatt of steam. You made matter with it? Yeah. That'd be one way. That'd be one use for it. It's converted into matter. I suppose it's, I've got some stuff generating here. Generating some here. I suppose I could do it that way too. It's basically free. It's just oxygen, which is either electrolyzers or just passive atmospheric condensers. And what was the other one? Petroleum gas. Easy. Oil. How many of these run out? None. Are these run out? Nope. Had a few of those run out, but nothing more. They've got so much. I guess it's not that big of a deal anyway, at the end of the day, that those puddles run out. Does it make fertilizer? But it uses to make... Oh, we can use to make biomass. Oh yeah, I'm already using it to make fertilizer. I've got the wood on fertilizer now. It's just gone crazy. I guess I did... Everyone was saying, yeah, you're overdoing it, and like... Yeah, I don't mind overdoing it. Don't mind overdoing it. I suppose I got max... No, not quite. Waiting on those. Which is still a glass limitation. Which I think is now... It's now a supply down there. Future-proofed it. Exactly. That's allowed. See, unlike JD and a few other people, I actually clear the nukes. Then I don't have accidents. Move these, rotate them. Do all that business. Probably beacon them as well. I wanted to keep it, but let's not. Let's get rid of it. There. Our input, that's our output. Our substation. Substations, and more substations. Raise that substation, indeed. I mean, you should use a lot more than you do. You should be. Some stations are where it's at. None of these silly... Don't believe that the medium power pole praises. Oh yeah, I need stone still. It's wood just going randomly through the base. Where it actually goes. Okay. Just repurpose this one for now, I think. Just to get it going again. Oh, would help. Oh no. I did. There. Yeah, that'll probably, maybe, possibly work. That might help. Might help its cause. Just push it all on one side. Or just encourage it to go one side. Only one that's... Yeah, it's only one backed up, and then it's gonna ship to Apple tomorrow. Ooh! Store iPad for no reason. The one that won't turn on. And then they can tell you there's going to cost like $900 to fix it. And now it's starting to slow down. Better not, because it's less than 3 months. I don't know. Given the opportunity, they probably would. Just upgrade the old-fashioned way. Had an old iPhone at one point, and they took a giant piece of link out of it. It's fine. Giant piece of lint. Not unheard of. Yeah, I had to think about that with lint. There we go. How long is that gonna last? Already down to red speed again. Because it's down here. See, power issues. Power issues? I hope not. Oh. I see storage issues. I need to clean out the network. To my right. It's a minor issue. It's a minor issue. Still hitting red belt. Hey, shouldn't have any problem making the electronic components now. You're worried if it did. The next step is to have a whole outpost of stone processing. Score purchase 60 identical units, upgrade 59 the exact same way, no issues. This one just refuses to restore now. This is that one fussy iPad. There's always one, isn't there? In every batch, there's always that one that's just really fussy. It's hardly eating it now. It's tech for you, it is. It is typical. I had a chat session with the Apple Genius. He wanted to run diagnostic, but I've done 4 times. It does not boot. They're the worst. The ones that just don't listen. It won't boot. Can't run diagnostics. It won't boot. Oh, they're hopeless. Trouble is that that's the way it rolls. Is that that's what they're told to do. Yeah, the one that refused to follow the script. But that's that's pretty much how they're trained. They have to obey the script, the glorious script. Heading out June. Fun seeing us play K2. I'll have a fun. Yeah, I'm very much enjoying this. I got in for the next line item. A lot of them don't have them. No, because it's... they don't want people thinking, they just want people running the script. There is a fair argument for doing it, like... in a roundabout way, I should say. There is an argument for just doing the script, because... it saves the most hassle. Like, I mean, you go through the process, then, you know... the right form and process is filled out, and then can be resolved fairly mechanically. You know, you crank the handle and the problem is solved. But it doesn't always work. What this calls for. Or faster. If I can find the point where it overlaps. There it is. I believe this is called a Zenith Special. Place the modem because it kept dying. About every day, only went to them to ensure I did what I could before going to repair shop. Yeah. Shouldn't you have a dedicated, like as part of the deal, shouldn't you have like a dedicated service, or service and warranty chain? Or does it just not exist for, for Apple? Because they just don't do business. It's gotten to the point where, yeah, they do things their way. That's true, because I remember, we had to do a warranty job on keyboards, and although from what I remember of it, they were like doing everything they could to avoid doing the warranty. It looks like I've overdone that a little bit. Better. Throw down one of these. It's like a whole lot of Apple keyboards needed to be replaced, and they would do everything they could to avoid actually doing it. Starting to feel like I'm gonna need dedicated circuits as well. Maybe that'll be the first point of call, is out here doing dedicated circuits. I need dedicated smelting. Smelting's gonna be weird. Like, I can't smelt on patch because I want to do the ore processing. Maybe I'll set up ore processing over here. It's gonna need a bit of space though. Oh, it needs water as well. That's tricky. Tricky. Okay. Components. I mean, we did manage to move faster it. 0.3. What is 4 now? I mean, it's almost there. Can finally try this. So these at 4, these with 4, these with 2. Probably could even reduce it to 1. Measure the wise. Belt knowledge is crazy. It takes a fair while to get to where I am. Oh. The trouble is, like, a lot of things I don't do with belt, just like that I know I should do because I'm just lazy. Like, there's a lot of things you can do, but it's just effort. There. Yes, so 4, 2, 2, and then none. 4 as well. Throws more puts to the problem. Pretty much, yeah. I'm going to have to do something about the audio inputs as well. Oh, you munched dinner? I need to go get dinner. If I can do it. Stuff like... no. I can actually hear it. there, but you won't be able to hear it because it's muted now. Because that is playing the Amazon Music thing now, and I have to mute that source, which is that, which has the bot on it. So I might need to get another PC to run the music, or another PC just to run the bot. And then I've got to figure out how to get another audio input into my PC. Maybe with a... I think it has optical input, so I can do that. It's getting silly. Don't pay Amazon for music streaming. The wordplay... Yeah, So this is the first time trying it, and it's... Yeah, that's showing to be a very big problem. Voice meter... I don't want to use software mixing. They're problematic. I know that from past... Like, I know you can get voice meter working with a bit of wrangling. But it gets into a whole world of hell. Do an OBS network stream or just hide the video stream? Would do. What's your head on? Yeah, you can split the... Instead of having everything just go into the desktop mix, you can have it go... you can have it go into a mixing bus. Playing on do the NDI. I think NDI is the way to go instead of a capture card. Don't need a capture card now, which is really good. Like, that's a huge saving. I'll boost those. Oh, it looks like I've drained out all the components. Yeah, so I think next time we go mega on, or go bigger on smelting and components. NDI is laggy. It would have a bit of timing problems. Actually, before we wind up, I need to do the singularity beacon, so we need to start thinking about that. So we need that, and then we stabilize charging station. Stabilize a charging station. So we need more immersium. Have good networking? Yeah, you need to have pretty solid networking hardware. Probably going to need to dive into... I think maybe we'll dive into this, the first part of next time. We'll dive into matter production. We'll make the final singularity cards, and then we'll start going mega. We'll start really pushing things out. And maybe I'll throw the biter nuke, the creep nuke. Don't mess around with it too much. Max out a standard 1 gig Ethernet. Yeah, you would be able to max out the Ethernet without much trouble. An uncompressed video stream, it needs a lot of bandwidth. Apparently it's having huge... NDI is having huge impact in professional video. Because it's suddenly eliminating the really expensive HD SDI links. Which like an HD SDI interface is like $2,000 or $3,000 just for one end, and then you do the other end, and then the cabling you're running upwards of $5,000 or $10,000. But anyway, I think that'll do it for today. So I need to go eat.